Great to have our next guest in. He's been a Barcelona Olympian and Australian road race champion, amongst other things, and a general hellraiser with Nick Gates from his AIS days. Rob Crowe, welcome to you, Crowe.
Thanks.
Welcome, Crowe.
Seems
You
to be
two
a bit
go
of a lumberjack theme tonight.
Oh, I suppose there is, yes.
We're going straight to the wood chop after this.
Perhaps we shall, Crowe. We'll attack some logs. You guys go way back, right? I'm dying to hear the stories.
Oh, we're not going to tell. That reveals our age.
Now, being honest, Crowe, you've been winning national titles for over 20 years. But wouldn't you say that the St Kilda Club World Championships win is the biggest win of your life?
Definitely rates
the best
up
club
there.
in the world.
That last corner, it's a killer.
It's tight. There's scratches every year.
Two of those. Yeah, I've got it on the Pale Mares.
Is it great to race though domestically here in Melbourne? You know, it being your hometown after racing all over the world.
Yeah, although a lot of the young guys now don't know who I am while I'm in the bunch, so...
There's no respect.
Oh, it's not... I'm riding with the little green and gold stripes there, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Are you still doing a fair bit on the bike?
I get out there because I'm really teaching other people how to ride, so it still adds up to 400 a week. It's pretty good. Keeps me healthy.
Right.
You've been doing quite a bit training squads and other clients, both on and off the bike and in your
Yoga classes.
Areas. Yep.
Yeah. The indoor program has about 180 people a week.
That's great.
And then on the weekends there's a bit of road riding on the outdoors. Yeah.
Look at you in action here. It's the Games.
Athens Olympics, yeah, terrific. There was a bit of controversy leading into the selection there for Paralympics. Can you tell us a bit about that?
That wasn't actually part of the Olympic event there.
Right.
Oh, okay. No leapfrogging?
So tell us what you did. You rode the tandem, didn't you?
Look, they called me up 4 months out and said, look, the guy that's already the pilot, 4 years of training, the guy that sits on the front of the tandem, the sighted rider, had broken his hip. They need a replacement. Not a hip replacement, a replacement rider.
Yes.
Would you want to be a pilot, Crowe? You missed out on a medal in '92. This is a big chance. I'm thinking...
How fat are you?
Yeah, how fat are you? We've got 10 weeks to... But I asked him if we could qualify late, which is a bit anti-protocol, but they had to do it because I was too many kilos over the limit. So they let us qualify in the last 4 weeks in lead-up and we got away with it. So
fantastic.
Jumped in and grabbed a medal. They give you a medal for being on the front.
That's fantastic.
Did you win it?
We won the
gold.
We won the gold and the world record all in the front.
Fantastic.
But what a totally different caper going to a tandem and on the track.
Yeah, it sure is different. Yeah, it's not like you just get to sit there and tell him what to do.
Now, there wouldn't have been many blokes that have ridden able-body games and Paralympics, would there?
You may have even known Jan Mulders was the blind guy on the Dutch team that went against us in the gold medal ride-off. He was pro when we were riding in the AIS days. So, I mean, he turned blind naturally in his life, decided I'll get a go of this, and jumped on the Dutch blind tandem selection and got in.
And he was on the
they
back.
ran second. Yeah.
Wow.
Fantastic. There's so many athletes who may end up with a disability or an injury that means that they can qualify, and we see that in Ironman triathlon, you know, some extraordinary athletes, and it's great to see their competitive spirit.
Sorry.
Now,
This one's going to Kona. We're going to talk about it later.
Yeah, I can still see. Now, Crowe, I've heard a few people that go to your ergo sessions. You've got a business that you train people and they reckon you'd really give it to them. Do you train them old style like Heiko Salzwedel, or you're a good coach?
I'm not a Nazi.
No?
Nothing against Heiko.
You said it.
Oh, we call the kind of instructor that stands over people or yells at them a Nazi style of instruction.
Right.
Then there's your educational style. I tend to take more of that approach, teaching people things. You want you to leave and know something that you didn't know when you walked in.
Yeah.
Then you got your little motivator type of instructor. They go around and tell you how good you are, even if you're going pretty shit. Actually, there's classes running tonight, and one of the guys who's just Peter Smith, who's been riding in Europe, trying to get into the pro game a bit, has just trained up, and he's running classes now. So we have different sorts of instructors.
Is he a
coming
Nazi
through.
or an educator or a motivator?
He's starting to take. He's only started a month ago, and he is taking the form of a Nazi now. He raises his voice to very high levels.
Maybe he thinks he's running like a Jamie Lee Curtis aerobics instructor. I've seen some pictures of him in a headband.
I think he's taking it out on them because of that frustration that he's had in the last few years trying to win bike races. Whatever goes.
Now, have you got some elite guys in your classes, or is it for all comers, or a mixture of both?
It is actually. It's a really clever design because we've got a circle of bikes. Ergo machines mean there are no gears.
Yep.
You push harder and harder against the wind fan, and it gets harder and harder to push as you get fitter. So we have elite pro riders coming in and doing a once a week training session. We've got beginners in toe straps without click-in shoes on the other side of the circle. And they can all have a laugh and learn something and train at the same time. It's really good.
In the big circle of truth, circle of pain.
Exactly right.
You've
you
also
can
got
use
a
that
great
tomorrow.
part of your business with RideWiser, helping people learn skills on the road. You're using that with a lot of development and new riders?
Well, there's actually a very big trend at the moment in Australia for bike clubs to start teaching their members. We haven't had that before. I mean, I've watched the triathlon clubs come in the last 2 decades, and they had info nights and, you know, training speakers come in and talk to the members at a dinner. The bike clubs are getting into that style of educating our own members now, bunch skills, cornering skills, this sort of thing. And it's great to see, and that's pretty much where I've landed as a consultant.
It's good.
Absolutely.
What about the tour, mate? You following it closely?
I'm not staying up till 2 a.m. every night like I did 5 years ago, but I'm watching the reruns every day. Yeah, fantastic. Such drama.
Yeah.
It really is a good tour.
Yeah.
I mean, good and bad news coming in, but what a fantastic dynamic finish to most of the stages. Exciting stuff.
If you ask me, I think Chris Froome's been on your ergo sessions.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks
he's
very
looking-
strong. We've got some goodies for you.
We
Jim
have,
Gatesy,
mate.
please.
We've got
That'd be
the
wonderful.
Green Edge. We've got
Gee.
a bottle of vino and
Yeah.
a bidon
thanks,
and a
mate.
cap.
And
Yeah,
you
I'm
might
in with
like
the
this, Crowe. Will you stick around? We've got the rollers coming up shortly, and we'll put a couple of girls through their paces. You might give them some tips.
Yeah, bring the Nazi out in.
So you two can do the roller derby and then the wood chop.
Thank you all. You're very funny tonight.